I think we're live. So, what up, everybody? ASJ. Played Jason in the original Red Ranger, and I'm back doing something tonight that I love to do, man. Again, I'm not James Bond or John Rambo. I don't know it all, but I know more than the average bear. So, I'm getting ready to open another box. This is the next box that was sent to me by Barrel and Blade Tactical Outfitters. So, it's got some weight to it. So I'm kind of curious what is in this box. So let's get started. One piece of tape. I like it. Yeah. All right. Any clues? Any ideas? How many of you guys got your membership? Any of you guys sign up for Barrel and Blade? Because I know they said they got some hits and some memberships from our last video. I'm just kind of curious. If you're one of the guys that signed up, man, I may not see it go flying by my message screen now, but I will definitely respond to you later, either this evening or tomorrow. I'll find your message and make sure to get back to you particular. So let's crack this bad boy open. Okay, so first things first, Barrel and Blade Tactical Outfitters, their box contents. All right. So they got a level 1 deal, they got a level 2 deal, and I'm not sure which one this is, but I see a symbol I'm familiar with, and they make great tools. But let's see. So level 1, level 2. Anyway, we'll figure out what's coming. Again, more of the good stuff. I usually just put it in the top of the box, so I try not to get it everywhere. And yeah, I definitely see a couple things. Well, immediately right off the top. This is a Schmog. So these, man, I tell you what, I wore these all the time. I don't know many operators, contractors, and a lot of the longtime military personnel. Man, keep the sun off your head, keep the sand out of your face, any of the above. And though it looks hot, it actually will keep you cooler, man. The Arabs, they definitely had this figured out. And well, this is another iteration of what the Arabs will do with their clothing. But Schmog scarf, these things are great, man. Awesome. Great piece to have. If you're overseas, anywhere in the sun, fun in the sun, or not so fun and still in the sun in the extreme heat, that's a must-have in my mind. Even better if you wet it down with water, keep you cooler. Even better yet, but harder to come by, rubbing alcohol. I used to take it and soak mine in rubbing alcohol. And the reason for that is rubbing alcohol will evaporate off your skin a whole lot faster than water will. So if you want to cool down quick, you got somebody that's overheated in the extreme heat, dump some rubbing alcohol on one of these bad boys and wrap their head up in it lightly, not too many layers, allow air to breathe in there, and you'll cool them down quick, man. Good stuff. So just FYI. What do we have here? Single point tactical sling. So these are pretty awesome for multiple reasons, but major point to these is if you want to wear your weapon, you strap it over one shoulder. You can do side sling. You can throw it over shoulder. All sorts of different ways you can do this, but it gives you a single point of attachment to your weapon, and it's just great for a lot of reasons. This is pretty awesome. Buckle point in the middle, and it's got the covered kind of like a cord system here, so you get less friction, less room for things to snag on your molly pack or your other gear as you're moving it. This is just awesome. I love these single point slings. I didn't learn about these until I was almost done with my tour over there, and damn, I was missing out. So I love these. Times you don't want to use them, times you certainly do. Up to you if you know your gear, know your situation. But I love single point sling. That's great. In fact, I'll probably strap that bad boy up on my M4. And then we've got, looks like Night Stalker sling bags. So sling bags, I happen to like too. I like anything that, as long as it's not heavy. If I'm not going to load it heavy, then of course I want it over both shoulders with the weight riding on my hips, a good strong buckle across the hips. But for things like this is great, man. Slip it over shoulder, especially if I'm wearing my single point harness and I'm slung to my right with my weapon. I'm going to sling this over my left side, and I've got access to mags, water bottle, cleaning tools, pocket knife, flashlight, map, grease pencil, grease map, whatever it is I want to put in here. Good for about 5 million different tools. Cleaning solvent if I want to bring my gun kit. You know, maybe I'm out for a day or night camping, on a hunting trip, so on and so forth. I love a sling blade. Now I'm talking about movies. The sling bag, and some other good points to it back here too. This looks like, so you can stick a water pouch in the back, and it's got this breathable mesh which allows the air to move so you don't end up super hot. A lot of backpacks. Anybody's worn a backpack. You wear that bad boy around at Comic-Con, much less out in the woods, out in the desert, out in the heat, and you get the heat buildup that it's miserable. It sucks. Take the backpack off and you feel like you stripped off your clothes. You cool down about 5,000 points. A lot of that has to do with the material, and this is pretty solid material. Looks like this is some sort of plastic. I don't know what they would use, but nylon. I'm guessing here. Concealment holster, so you can conceal your weapon in here. Velcro front, MOLLE front, secure belt loop, heavy duty 600D. If you look at the picture, it's exactly what I was talking about. So he's got his weapon slung over one side. He's got his pack across his back. It's up to you how you want to rig these things. A lot of guys will rig them so they're low down on the hip. Just up to you. Depends on what you have on your back and how you want to rig it. So there's all sorts of options there. But this guy is rigged up with his carry, whether he's an AR or an M4 platform, and he's got his sling pack over the back. But that's awesome. Most of these will usually have some sort of waterproof lining or something like that, because they want you to be able to deal with almost all environments. It doesn't say on there, but I'm willing to bet that this one probably does. And there you go. So this is probably some form of neoprene or plumber's plastic. I can't think of what they use, but you find it in stuff like this. PVC. So neoprene or PVC, which provides a great layer of water insulation. You get water in here and things rot, man. Not to mention it damages the bag from the inside out, so on and so forth, unless you have a good plastic lining like this. Another great thing about that too is it helps to insulate it. So whether you're keeping things cool or keeping things hot or warm, you can keep it however you want to keep it. It's not going to be a cooler bag, I'm not saying that, but it will help it hold a little longer. And at the bottom of this bag, if you see daylight down there at the bottom of the bag, that's another key important point, because if you get water in it, you end up submerged. Water gets in there. Now you got a drainage point at the lowest point of gravity. So everything should drain out of there real nice and help to keep whatever you've got in there dry, especially if you're carrying ammunition or things that don't like water. So anyway, great bag. This is awesome. For me, this is something that I might carry on a day I'm going to go do some light shooting, go to the range. I could probably pack my 45 in here, maybe a couple hundred rounds of ammo and my cleaning kit. So maybe some chewing gum if I feel like it. I don't know, something like that. Chewing gum and long guns don't go well, but that's because your weld point on your rifle. Chewing gum vibrates the head, which would jack up your anyway. So cool bag. I'll make use of this bad boy too. And this is the one I kind of saved for. Is there anything else in here? Nope. All right, so this is the one I saved for last, because those of you that know this symbol, I know it well. You can find them in the civilian market, but you could also find them all over the PXs on military bases around the world. But overseas, we used to go in and get the multi-tool. This is a symbol for Gerber. They make great materials. Hope I'm not wrong on that. Yeah, okay, Gerber gear. So on the back, they make great materials. Now, looking at the length of this bad boy, if this is a multi-tool, I'm impressed. I haven't seen one this big. My guess would be, maybe it is a multi-tool, but I'm guessing it's probably going to have a blade on it. Maybe totally wrong, so stand by. Again, I'm not 007, but we'll see. Okay, so box is empty, and Gerber, so you get all the typical information. Comes with Gerber, you see their symbol there, blah, blah, blah. Talks to you. This stuff generally just goes over. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking this one already. So this sort of material, usually it goes over your basic blade care, warranty, things like that, on any knife, but especially with items like this. Without picking it up, this is what I see. So looking at this, I can see attachments for different ways to secure it to my MOLLE pack, my webbing, my belt. I can also see heavy nylon sheath. And I can see just off the cuff a couple different ways to attach it. So let's take this bad boy out. All right. So again, multi-attachments. This piece I am not familiar with. I don't know. I'll find out. But I'm guessing that it is some sort of harness or attachment for the blade to a portion of your gear. I'll have to look that up. I don't know. If you guys know, man, sound off. I'm not shy, and I'm sure as hell not offended. So if you know something, let me know. This, again, you can put this if you got, you're wearing your pack, you want to put it over a shoulder, you want to have your blade hooked here. That was my particular preference. A lot of guys will strap it there. Other guys want to put it sideways on the belt. This is good for that, so it gives you that sideways mount. But you'll also see that here on the back of your sheath if you have a thinner belt. So big belt, thinner belt, you can put it over a pack, however you want to do it, lots of options. A lot of different options here for how I want to attach it, and there's different buckle points. So I can do all sorts of things with this, which I really like. And then, for those of you that saw Rambo, man, I mean, yes, okay, we all know Rambo is super cool, and in the world of tough guys, he's a tough guy, but tactically, he was a fool. So he carried that monster, super shiny, 15 inches, big as your forearm, with teeth bigger than a Tyrannosaurus blade. It looked really cool, but I don't want to haul that damn thing around in the field. Are you kidding me? No. I mean, it took up his whole thigh. What's the point to that? Body armor? Maybe. Okay. So this is great for a couple reasons right off the top. When I go to pull this out, it's got a bit of a safety. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip in, and however I have it rigged, if I just want to pull and pop it out from here, the trick to it is you got to bend it. So for instance here, I'm going to just bend down and slide it out. And here's the blade. So serrated teeth for cutting, which is great. It's not on top. I mean, nobody's cutting concertina wire with their survival knife other than Rambo anymore. And that was barbed wire. I don't think it was concertina wire. Good luck with that. Pointed tip, beveled at the top. There's no blood groove here. The blood groove, which is typically that piece you see run along the sides, there's really one point to the blood groove, and that's because once you get the blade embedded into someone or something, it creates suction. So getting the blade out is not the easiest thing in the world. You will note here in the handles, it's got a little bit of a piece there. Maybe that's for your grip, but there's no blood groove, so this is still a great fighting knife. This is a great tactical blade, and it's not 6 inches long. Everybody thinks that the longer the blade, the cooler. Well, it may be cool, but it's a lot easier for me to disarm somebody with a long blade, like a hatchet or a machete, than it is for me to disarm somebody with a much shorter blade. So those of you that understand your hand-to-hand combat and your tactical, your combatives, if you're Army, Marine Corps, so on and so forth, you understand long blades. They may look more dangerous, but once you get inside that cut arc, they're much easier to get control over and disarm somebody, depending on how you want to handle it. Nerve point strikes, wrist locks, or just plain old leverage. Shorter blades, much harder to disarm. This is a sturdy blade, man. I can tell just by the feel of it. It's well balanced. Not balanced like a throwing knife, because it's not meant to be a throwing knife, but you can see here, middle of the blade, it's holding. So this is a great blade for a lot of reasons. Probably could use it for skinning, too, if you're a hunter. I would skin with this. It's not a true purpose skinning blade, but this would double. It's not be a little harder with the teeth down here because you don't want to catch the flesh. But great blade, man. Gerber's good stuff. I love this stuff, and not cheap. And then you got the tether up here. You know, you want to put your paracord on there, or however you want to do it as your safety, or maybe you're one of those guys that wants to tether it to something. Your call, man. However you want to do it, hunter or tactical. This is a great blade for a lot of reasons, and not cheap. I'm guessing this bad boy, I'm betting it would probably go for at least 100, maybe a little bit more. So depending on where you're getting it, you're getting in the civilian world at least 100, maybe more. But Gerber, they've got great warranties, great customer service, and they do good quality stuff, whether you're getting the $30 multi-tool and the Leatherman's pouch or something else. So that's pretty awesome. All sorts of attachment rigging here from Molly packs and paracord. And I mean, you could attach this thing so much it would be with you 5,000 years from now in the next mummy tomb. So great kit on this one. Multiple attachments, Sorry guys, no idea. Never seen this before. I'm gonna have to, or at least if I have, it's escaping me. I'm gonna have to look this bad boy up. I have no idea what they want me to do with that one. Schmog, great for so many reasons. Again, whether you're looking to keep sun off your head, create a little bit of a barrier between you and the elements, namely sand. And FYI, there is no complete barrier between you and the sand of the Middle East. You'd be picking that stuff out of your ears for 6 months when you come home, and all the gear you bring home that you thought you cleaned, it's not clean enough because you're going to bring the sand home with it too. And maybe a camel spider or two. Hopefully no scorpions or snakes. Depends on whether you're on a military air carrier on the way home or catching United because you were contracting, however you're going to do it. But anyway, always check and clean your gear, man. Make sure you're not bringing that stuff home straight out of the field because you can and will bring visitors, just so you know. Great sling back. So throw this bad boy, sling it over your side, sling it over your back like a small backpack, and then you can pull it down, tug it, and get quick access to things in there. I love the fact that right back here, this is a place I would slip like a small water bladder. But that's just me. I love carrying fluids, and I hate being caught without them, man. Bad juju. Bad juju, caught without fluids. And single point harness. Love these. These are great. I wish I'd known about these earlier on in my very short tactical tours, but I wish I'd known about them then. So good gear, man. Whether you're a vet, whether you're a hunter, whether you know nothing about it and are learning, you can learn with me. I'm here to learn things I don't know, here to look at things I do know, and one piece I'm going to learn about. So you just can't be afraid to say you don't know. Just don't know it. Go learn it. We'll talk. All right, much love. God bless. Barrel and Blade Tactical Outfitters. Check them out. Their website is attached to this link down here. Also, up there, I attached a gift certificate or souvenir code. So you go hit up their website. You can punch in that souvenir code, and who knows what sorts of really cool gear they're going to get you. Based on this, now I understand what I got. I got the level 2 box right here, and it gives you a breakdown. So I'll give you a quick rundown if you're curious. Night Stalker. Okay, so the Night Stalker was the sling bag, compact and easy to carry anywhere with plenty of inside space and internal organization, constructed of strong 600 denier nylon with a PVC water resistant lining. There we go. I figured it was some sort of plastic. Gerber Strong Arm, which is the name of the blade. Of course, how would I know the name of the blade? I don't know them all. But Gerber Strong Arm, great blade. Fixed blade carries on our legacy of tough as hell fixed blade knives for combat and survival applications. So again, like I said, maybe you could skin with it, but this really is a combat-oriented blade, tactical blade. Great tool. Blah, blah, blah. The knife offers reliable use, whether on duty or off duty, featuring serrated edge, which we saw, full tang, which is great, 420 HC blade with black ceramic coating, which is great. Strong Arm was designed around the fundamentals of military survival training. All right, so, I mean, they're saying point blank, that's what this bad boy's for. So, interesting information, just awesome, high quality stuff, man. Let's see, Rothko single point sling. Okay, so your single point sling harness, which I showed you. Rothko single point sling features 125 inches of nylon webbing, which is fully adjustable to fit around the wearer's vest or gear. Dual bungee design for added comfort and support. Helps reduce bouncing and enhances retention. So it's great too for a lot of points. So you've got exactly what they were talking about right here. So you don't want bounce on your weapon. You know, you're running along, you don't want the weapon bouncing up. And how you train is how you perform. So you reach down for your weapon, and you do it standing into ready low or guns up, however you work your training level. If you get used to grabbing for it at this level and you're out running and the thing is bouncing, you reach down, you grab the mag instead of the handle, well, that's going to take you that extra 0.5, 1.5, 3 seconds, whatever, to get your weapon handled and get it up to the ready. And in the field, that can cost you. So you don't want things bouncing around. On top of it, noise discipline. You don't want to be noisy. So in this, I'm not hearing any buckles, no clanging. I keep tension on this bad boy. this is going to work great. I'm not going to be making a lot of noise. They're not going to hear me coming before I get there, unless I'm making a lot of noise on purpose or I'm not paying attention to my surroundings. So great material, love it, good stuff. I'm going to put that one on my M4 and change out my regular sling and go from there. So other great attachments, again, I liked it over my right breast. I saw a lot of guys that wore it on the left because they were right-handed. My argument is I always wore it on the right because I was a right-handed shooter, and I didn't want to have to release my grip on my weapon to grab my blade. Not that I ever had a combat situation where I needed to do that because it went that bad. But the other argument with a right hip holster, you know, drop the right trigger guard so that you can pull with the left, fire across. That works great in CQB as you're coming around corners. But anyway, the point to this is you see it here, you see it there, you see it on the back of belts, guys wearing it so they can just reach around the back so that their front is clear with their MOLLE packs or maybe their plate carrier, things like that. So 10 million different ways you can put this bad boy on you. And it's great to have options. Great to have options. You just got to take time to learn them and understand them. And this thing's probably attachable to your underwear too. I'm going to have to look and make sure I learn everything I don't know about it so I can know more about it. All right, man, so Barrel and Blade Tactical Outfitters, check them out. Tell them ASJ sent you. Check out the code job up there so you can plug in the code. You'll get I think it's 10 or 15% discount on whatever it is you purchase, and we'll go from there. So let me grab this bad boy. Let's go through a couple questions. Andres Pena Jr., incredible. Well, thanks, man. Desan Lodge, hello. I see the likes flying across the bottom of the camera. We've got a couple hundred people on right now, and I'm not doing Megazords, so I guess we're going to have to build a crowd. Here comes some more comments. Ruben Herrera says, what up? Jeff Malowitz, hey, Austin. Alex Valentin, good stuff. Jeremy A., awesome video. Thanks, man. Stephen Richards, hey, ASJ, what's up? Let's see, Joseph Everett Grant, what up, man? Jordan Taylor Weaver, great teaching, man. Yeah, well, I don't know it all, but I know a thing or two. Karen Palance, missed your message. Thanks for sharing, Austin, says Chris. Brandon J. Morin, were you military or contractor? I was contract DOD, so I was attached to Army operations for a while as a contractor, and then I did some private work through Department of Defense. So that's about that. Much love. Let's see, missed that. So Jennifer, hello from North Carolina. Juan Diaz says, hi, Austin. Joey, I mean, you could be reviewing TVs and I'd still watch. I watch Red Ranger do anything, man. I wish everybody felt that way, brother. Trust me. Kyle Crash says, hey, Douglas Allen, how long ago did you do your tours? I came home and I was contracting at this time. I was contracting through a private company that had an Army contract. I came home February, March, end of March, early April 2014. Karen, do you still do martial arts? Yes. Genuine Kempo Kwan Fa style. And I just found a guy that's doing some, he's got some pretty solid jiu-jitsu background. And I've got my boys involved with him. Who knows? Maybe I'll be involved with them at a later date. We'll see. Let's see. What's up, man, from Indiana, says Dustin. Dominic, thanks for your service. Stephanie Lopez, hey, Austin, you're awesome. Those are pretty cool stuff. Loved you guys. Thanks, man. I'm currently serving, and thank you for the good info. I missed the rest of it, but you're welcome, brother, and God bless you. Stay safe. Terry Roca, thanks for serving. You're my hero. Well, there's lots of guys call hero. Never really thought of myself as one, not even the TV guy. I just try to do the best I can with what I got. You know what I mean, Terry? Hey, Austin, how are you? Ever been to Utah? Yes, I'm hoping to be back soon, as a matter of fact. Mainly just to ski and maybe have some barbecues, but there may be a Comic-Con coming up there in the future. We'll see. George, nice video, Austin. Power Rangers was my favorite TV show. You're welcome, brother. Let's see. Heather, any chance of coming to Rhode Island Comic-Con? I was there a couple years ago. Maybe I'll be back. Dane Edwards, how was the experience working on Power Rangers? Intense. Intense. Fun, long hours, good times, intense times, good stuff. What kind of company would you say is the best, says Curtis? The kind that doesn't BS you. Start there. The kind that'll tell you when you screw up, look you in the eyes while you do it, and then maybe help you get back up on your feet and get better at it or not do it again. And the kind that doesn't go out of their way to to try and burn you and make you look bad, but just help you get yourself squared away. And sometimes maybe you just need a good punch in the jaw. But that's more something that today will get you sued. But you'd be amazed how well it works when you're not with people who are going to sue you for looking at them crooked or speaking your mind. So those are the kind of people I prefer to hang out with. Guys that aren't afraid to be who they are, aren't afraid to say I love you to their families, aren't afraid to admit they make mistakes, and aren't afraid to learn things that they've never learned before because they're too afraid not to know something. Those are my kind of people. Let's see. Bye-bye. Gonna sleep. Well, bye-bye. Me too. So anyway, man, much love. I'm out of here. Barrel and Blade Tactical Outfitters. Check them out. You see the discount code here on what we're doing. And I will see you guys when I get the next box from them, all right? Also, check out my YouTube page. I may start running these videos on YouTube just so I can get things moving there. I haven't done anything with it ever, almost. So check it out, and you will see me there. Austin St. John videos-ish, I think, something like that. I don't even know, but I'll put it up there. I'll announce. And for those of you guys that bought the heck out of my Megazord Mini, it sounds like I may have gotten my hands on some more. So stay tuned on my page and on my store. You may see me relisting some stuff here again real soon. All right, much love. God bless. Have a good night, all.